the one with infinite attributes. You are the Trinity of truth, knowledge, and bliss. You are the source of truth, the ocean of love. You are the ancient one, the highest of the high. You are Prabhu and Parameshwar. You are the beyond God and the beyond God also. You are Parabrahma, Allah, Ilahi, Yastan, Ahura Mazda, and God the Beloved. You are named Isa, the only one worthy of worship. We repent, O God, most merciful, for all our sins, for every thought that was false or unjust or unclean, for every word spoken that ought not to have been spoken, for every deed done that ought not to have been done. We repent for every deed and word and thought inspired by selfishness, and for every deed and word and thought inspired by hatred. We repent most specially for every lustful thought and every lustful action, for every lie, for all hypocrisy, for every promise given but not fulfilled, and for all slander and backbiting. Most especially also we repent for every action that has brought ruin to others, for every word and deed that has given others pain, and for every wish that pain should befall others. In your unbounded mercy, we ask you to forgive us, O God, for all these sins committed by us, and to forgive us for our constant failures to think and speak and act according to your will. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more, and more and more, and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you, and help us all to hold fast to Baba's Daman till the very end. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
Jai Meher Baba, everyone. Welcome to our East-West Saturday Satsang. We'll begin with the sharing of songs, poetry, or whatever your heart wishes to. And then later today we have Baba stories. I hope everyone has come with some Baba-ful experience from their life or a Baba story to share with us all. So who would like to begin? Can we see some hands up who would like to begin? Let's have Utokshi and Marukanti begin today.
जय बाबा,
जय मेहर बाबा। तेरी है जमीन तेरा आसमां, तू बड़ा मेहरबान, तू बख्शिश कर। सभी का है तू, सभी तेरे, खुदा मेरे तू बख्शिश कर। तेरी है जमीन तेरा आसमां, तू बड़ा मेहरबान, तू बख्शिश कर। सभी का है तू, सभी तेरे, खुदा मेरे तू बख्शिश कर। तेरी मर्जी से है मालिक हम इस दुनिया में आए हैं, तेरी रहमत से हम सब ने ये जिस्म और जान पाए हैं। तू अपनी नजर हम पर रखना, इस हाल में है ये खबर रखना। तेरी है जमीन तेरा आसमां, तू बड़ा मेहरबान, तू बख्शिश कर। सभी का है तू, सभी तेरे, खुदा मेरे तू बख्शिश कर। तू चाहे तो हमें रखे, तू चाहे तो हमें मारे, तेरे आगे झुका के सर खड़े हैं आज हम सारे। ओ सबसे बड़ी ताकत वाले, तू चाहे तो हर आफत टाले। तेरी है जमीन तेरा आसमां, तू बड़ा मेहरबान, तू बख्शिश कर। सभी का है तू, सभी तेरे, खुदा मेरे तू बख्शिश कर। तेरी है जमीन माँ तू बड़ा मेहरबान तू बख्शीश कर। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
Jai Baba, thank you so much for the wonderful song. Meher Daruwala. Meher, please share.
This is about the dentist, Dr. Bharucha. This was about Baba, Jai Baba. This is about Baba had come to Pune about that. Baba had come to Pune at dawn and urging to have a set of dentures made for made to have a set of dentures made for which Papa Jasawala had contacted their family dentist. Dr. Bharucha Eraj had brought Dr. Bharucha to Merazad on 16 for the internal examination. The dentures were now to be fitted. Bharucha agreed to supply platinum dentures for only rupees 600, but instead, when they were delivered, they were not made out of platinum, but a cheaper material which was lighter. Papa was furious and angry to pay the platinum price. Papa realized such this thing is not a good. He's not a good dentist. Dr. Bharucha is not a good dentist. So we had agreed for rupees 600 for the platinum price, not for the ordinary dentures, they're saying. Finally, the matter was settled at a lower price. Cost was now settled for rupees 450. And Dr. Bharucha was paid the 450 rupees only. Papa informed Baba of this, but Baba stated, go and pay the dentist the remaining balance to the Dr. Bharucha, the dentist. What are you saying, Baba? Papa Jasawala asked why should he be rewarded for for the trick he has done to. Baba replied, just to make him remember his decent should be paid for rupees 150. It will remind him of what he did. My ways are quite different from the world's. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, thank you for the sweet share.
Welcome.
Now we have Michelle. Jai Meher Baba, Michelle.
Jai Baba, good morning, good evening to everyone. This is a really old song that flew through me maybe 20 years ago or more. There's an ocean inside of me with water stormy, sometimes at peace. Sometimes it feels just like a drop. I'm going to turn original sound on. There we go. Sometimes so full that I am not wanting anything but to be in your love. Not wanting anything but to be in your love. Overcome by disbelief, wondering why it has to be so hard to move through this day. Heart heavy, mind astray, far from where I'm supposed to be. In your love, far from where I'm supposed to be. In your love. So this is what we all go through. Millions of lifetimes to remember you. Journey back where we became, till out loud we cry your name. Not wanting anything but to be in your love. Not wanting anything but to be in your love. Ah, 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 ah. In your love. So choose another rocky road till the thirst of longing quakes my soul. When separation's done me in, I'll lose myself and I will win. Not wanting anything but to be in your love. Not wanting anything but to be in your love. Ah, 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 in your love. Ah, ah, ah. And I'm not wanting anything, no, I'm not wanting anything, but I'm not wanting anything but to be in your love. There's an ocean inside of me. Jai Mer Baba. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, Michelle. Thank you so much. Now we have Abhishek. Jai Baba, Abhishek.
Jai Baba, Roshni. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to everyone. So Baba says to hold on to his Daman. So I found no other song more apt like "Stuck on You" by Lionel Richie to sing for him. I just had to change one line in the song. If those who know the song will know which line I changed. Otherwise, everything else is perfect. Stuck on you. Got this feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't lose. Guess I'm on my way. Needed a friend, and the way I feel now, guess I'll be with you till the end. Guess I'm on my way. Mighty glad you stayed. Stuck on you. Been a fool too long, I guess it's time for me to come on home. Guess I'm on my way. So nice to see that you could shower your love on an ignorant fool like me. Guess I'm on my way. Mighty glad you stayed. Oh, I'm leaving on that midnight train tomorrow. And I know just where I'm going. I packed all my troubles and I've thrown them all away. 'Cause this time, Baba, I'm coming home to stay. I'm stuck on you. Got this feeling down deep in my soul that I just can't lose. Guess I'm on my way. Needed a friend, and the way I feel now, guess I'll be with you till the end. Guess I'm on my way. Mighty glad you stayed. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Thank you, Abhishek. May we all stick on to Baba's Daman. Now we have Jeremy. Jai Baba, Jeremy.
Jai Baba, Roshni, Jai Baba, everyone. Good morning and evening. Yesterday, someone requested that I sing this song that I shared once before a while ago, which I think most of you know. It's a song that Mani wrote for Baba. Oh Baba, Meher Baba, my heart is calling you. Or is it but an echo of your love calling me, calling me? Oh Baba, Meher Baba, the birds sing soft and true. Is it that your lovely face they see in every tree, every tree? Oh Baba, Meher Baba, the rose is glowing pink. Or is it a reflection of your smile, warm and sweet, warm and sweet? Oh Baba, Meher Baba, the lambs are calling you. Or is it that your lovely name is all they can speak, they can speak? Oh Baba, Meher Baba, my heart it beats for you. Or is it but the drumming of your name ceaselessly, ceaselessly? Oh Baba, Meher Baba, I long for you. Or is it that I cannot, for you are near to me, near to me? Oh Baba, Meher Baba, my heart is broken too. Or is it your love breaking from its shell to be free, to be free? Oh Baba, Meher Baba, tears flow from my eyes. Or are they from your ocean bed, a drop drowning me, drowning me? Oh Baba, Meher Baba, grant that I love you more and more and more and more and more, endlessly, endlessly. Oh Baba, Meher Baba, this song I give to you. For you are singer, you are song, and there is none of me, none of me, none of me. Jai Baba. Thank you all.
That was really a sweet share. Thank you so much, Jeremy. We'll now have Rati. We are altering between the hands that are up and the ones who still are not very familiar with the digital raising of hands. Rati, please unmute.
Yeah.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba. बाबा तेरे चरणों की गर धूल भी मिल जाए, बाबा तेरे चरणों की गर धूल भी मिल जाए, सच कहता हूँ मेरी तकदीर बदल जाए, बाबा तेरे चरणों की सुनते हैं तेरी रहमत, दिन रात बरसती है, सुनते हैं तेरी रहमत, दिन रात बरसती है, एक बूंद ही मिल जाए, एक बूंद ही मिल जाए, कली मन की खिल जाए, बाबा तेरे चरणों की ये मन बड़ा चंचल है, कैसे तेरा भजन करूं, ये मन बड़ा चंचल है, कैसे तेरा भजन करूं, जितना इसे समझाऊं, जितना इसे समझाऊं, उतना ही मचल जाए, बाबा तेरे चरणों की नजरों से गिराना ना, चाहे जितनी सजा देना, नजरों से गिराना ना, चाहे जितनी सजा देना, नजरों से जो गिर जाए, नजरों से जो गिर जाए, मुश्किल है संभल पाए, बाबा तेरे चरणों की बाबा इस जीवन में बस इतनी तमन्ना है, बाबा इस जीवन में बस इतनी तमन्ना है, तू सामने हो मेरे, तू सामने हो मेरे, मेरा दम ही निकल जाए, बाबा तेरे चरणों की गर धूल भी मिल जाए, सच कहता हूँ मेरी तकदीर बदल जाए, बाबा तेरे चरणों की मैं हर तेरे चरणों की बाबा तेरे चरणों की। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। थैंक यू एवरीवन।
Thank you, Rati. Jai Baba. Now we have Marilyn. Marilyn, Jai Baba. Good morning.
Jai Meher Baba, how are you, Roshani and everybody? So good to be here. So much love that you can feel for beloved Baba. That sharing, that deep sharing that really breaks one's heart. And it's truly the purpose of this Arti is to share in our beloved's love. He has said that. That is the only purpose, is to share in his love. This is from Meher Roshani, a ghazal written by Bal Kalchori, ghazal 101. I am burning my heart. What is happening to me in the dawn light attraction of love? I am weeping day and night, thus burning my heart. Oh, Meher, how useless you have made me. I am so completely yours, I can never turn away. The pain of love has removed all sense of balance. I bow down at your feet with the craving for you to kick me. The path of love dissipates all energy of self, but somehow I become strong while dancing to your tune. The whole world is destined to laugh at me, thinking me mad, but by becoming mad for the sake of love, I am gaining true wisdom. I long for death, and I'm only interested, and am interested only in that. But the life I am living has been given to me by death. Oh, bow. I am seated at his threshold with the determination that I will never leave it after bowing down at his feet. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Thank you for listening and for being here and for sharing all of your beautiful love for Baba. It's a great gift. Thank you, Baba.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. Thank you for this reminder of our share for Baba. Good morning, Gail. Jai Meher Baba.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am reading from Baba's The Everything and the Nothing, and there's actually a picture. I'm reading number 42, A Nod of My Head, and you can see, I don't know if, yeah, you can see that there's the Kitab in the center, and this is, this explains what, this illustrates what Baba is saying. The word Kitab literally means pivot or axis. Thus, the Kitab, perfect master, is the axis around which everything in creation revolves. And he, being the center of everything, everything on every plane is equidistant from him. All action from you as individuals or isolated points in consciousness stationed on different planes is limited in expression and result. As the center, each movement of mine is unlimited in its action and reaction, expression, and result. For instance, a nod of your head in reply to different questions can indicate different actions and moods, such as I am happy, I am miserable, I have eaten, I have rested, etc. but each nod expresses and conveys only one thing at a time. Whereas the center, one nod of my head gives rise to a wave of innumerable actions and reactions simultaneously on all planes of consciousness. Avatar, Meher Baba, Ki Jai.
Thank you. Thank you, Gay. We now have Al. Jai Baba, Al. Good morning. Have we lost you? Are you there?
I have to unmute. Can you hear me
Okay.
now?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Now we
I
can.
had to go on mute. Okay, fine. Anyway, Jai Baba to everyone. Yesterday I had a wonderful day. My friend Salim's here. He made lamb curry and basmati rice, and we had lunch with Tom and Kathy Raleigh, and Tom and I had 2 helpings of ice cream. Then I played cards at the Circle Center. Then some friends took me out for a birthday drink. Then I had a roast lamb again for dinner. But anyway, today, Salim's leaving today. I wrote here the Beloved God prayer, and then he wrote it in Urdu. Now, I know many people have heard the Beloved God prayer in several of the English, other languages, and several Indian languages, but I don't know if it's ever been done in Urdu. So this might be the first time. I could be mistaken. So now Salim's going to read the Beloved God prayer in Urdu. Slow.
जियो बाबा,
Louder, louder.
मेरे प्यारे मालिक की दुआ, प्यारे मोहब्बत वाले खुदा, हमारी सबकी मदद फरमा कि हम आपको ज्यादा से ज्यादा और ज्यादा से ज्यादा मोहब्बत करें और ज्यादा, और आखिरकार हम सब आप में फना हो जाएं। हमारी सबकी मदद फरमा कि हम आपके दामन को मजबूती से थामे रखें आखिरी वक्त आने तक। जियो बाबा. Thank you.
Very good, Salim. Thank you all for listening, Jai Baba, and a wonderful day to all of you.
Jai Baba. Lovely. Now we have Jack. Jai Baba, Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is a
Jack, you know him?
okay. This is a continuation of what Marilyn wrote away. This guzzle is called Love's Seeds. Oh, beloved, I'm getting an echo back.
We have no other thing on.
There's nothing on here, so someone else is on. Okay. Oh, beloved, love that is real demands surrender through obedience. Unfortunately, Ambrose is not very good at that. Though he knows his very existence implies his obligation as a soul. Yet when push comes to shove, his mind pulls justification as if from a conjurer's hat. I can't, I won't, his fevered and craving mind will continue to say as he stomps his foot and denies his heart, and then pretends to look the other way and goes back to shopping in the world's window mart. Though his ego mind remains self-serving, it's the feelings within his heart he must quietly endure and put up with the many, many mind distractions so spontaneity in action may remain innocent and pure. He tries not to meddle in destiny, but she suddenly reveals her obvious face, but to put out his love with his heart in his hand, to leave the past behind and watch it disappear without a trace. O Ambrose, don't hesitate. Castigate your mind and say yes to your heart. You will never rue that decision. Never forget that for real love to begin, you have to start. The results will reach your beloved with exquisite precision. O seated lovers of mine, those of you who love love wholeheartedly are but acorns to be thrown into the newly fertile soil of the new humanity. So stay awake, for now is the time for all your love to be everywhere sown. Thank you. Hey, Baba.
Jai Baba, thank you so much. Now we'll have Bhiku to sing another song that will take us all to the hill, as everyone always feels. Bhiku, please unmute.
जय बाबा। बोलो मेहर बोलो भाई, बोलो बोलो मेहर बोलो भाई, मेहर बोलो भाई, मेहर बोलो भाई। यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई। बोलो मेहर बोलो भाई, बोलो बोलो मेहर बोलो भाई, मेहर बोलो भाई, मेहर बोलो भाई। यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई। सब शास्त्र भरे हैं इसमें, सब शास्त्र भरे हैं इसमें, सब योग बसे हैं इसमें, सब योग बसे हैं इसमें। ओ सारी भक्ति का सार है इसमें, सारी भक्ति का सार है इसमें। प्रेम ज्योत जलाओ रे भाई, प्रेम ज्योत जलाओ रे भाई। यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई। निम व्रत ना है बंधन यहाँ पर, निम व्रत ना है बंधन यहाँ पर। उसको अपना तू सब कुछ समझ कर, उसको अपना तू सब कुछ समझ कर। हो जब जी चाहे तू भजले में हर, जब जी चाहे तू भजले में हर। प्यासा प्रेम का मेहर भाई, प्यासा प्रेम का मेहर भाई। यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई। मैं मेहर की बड़ाई करूं क्या, मैं मेहर की बड़ाई करूं क्या। वो तो आदि और अंत सभी का, वो तो आदि और अंत सभी का। ओ मधुसूदन तो दास उन्हीं का, मधुसूदन तो दास उन्हीं का। जिसने मेहर की रट है लगाई, जिसने मेहर की रट है लगाई। यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई। बोलो मेहर बोलो भाई, बोलो बोलो मेहर बोलो भाई, मेहर बोलो भाई, मेहर बोलो भाई। यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई, यही जीवन की साच कमाई। अवतार मेहर बाबा जय।
Very good, Bhiku ji. Very good.
Lovely, Bhiku. Jai Meher Baba. Now we have Meher. Jai Baba.
You mean me? Yeah. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all our assemblies here. Wonderful in Baba's love. Yeah. That was wonderful singing. Wow, that was strong and wonderful singing. Bhikkhu, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so this is a song that I sang in Baba Samadhi, first time that I was there. And first part is what I sang, which I thought it's an Israeli song that people just sing, just a regular song. And then I said, no, it's a spiritual song. And when I came to Baba, I sang it. So the first part is what I sang for Baba, but then the second part I added. And I didn't sing it to him the first time. First time I sang only the first part. Okay, but later on I did sing the other part as well. So, over the time, El Baba Kichi. Dugi Chata Mifase Hashnayim Umalacheha Nirdemu Kulam Im lo ye'oru kol malachea echa tagia adugit lacho im lo ye'oru kol malachea Echatagi adugit lacho. Little boat is sailing in the wide ocean, but all her sailors sound asleep inside. If all her sailors will not awaken, how will the sailboat reach the longed-for shore? If all her sailors will not awaken, how will the sailboat reach the longed-for shore? Dugi chata mifase hashnayim umalacheha kamim echad echad hem mitorerim kulam. סליחה, הם לא, אלא אהבתך בבא הם מתעוררים כולם, אהבתה מהר בבא קיג'י, אלא אהבתך בבא הם מתעוררים כולם, אהבתה מהר בבא קיג'י. Little boat is sailing in the wide ocean, and all her sailors waking one by one. Into your love, Baba, they are awakening. Avatar Meher Baba Kijay. Into your love, Baba, they are awakening. Avatar Meher Baba Kijay. El ahavatcha Baba, הם מתעוררים כולם. אהבתה אל בבא קיג'י. אל אהבתך בבא הם מתעוררים kulam avatame el Baba Kiche. Over the town now, Baba Kiche. May we awaken more and more and more and more into Baba's love.
Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Jai
Thank
Meher
you.
Baba.
Thank
We
you.
now have Betty. Jai Baba, Betty, good morning.
This this is a song I last time I sang it I couldn't get through without tears. So wish me luck this time. It's just a closer walk with thee. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Baba, is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. I am weak, but thou art strong. Baba, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk. Let me walk close to thee. Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Baba, is my plea. Daily walking close to thee. Let it be, dear Lord, let it be. Through this world of toil and snares, if I falter, Lord, who cares? Who with me my burden shares? None but thee, dear Baba, none but thee. When my feeble life is o'er, time for me will be no more. Guide me gently, safely o'er to thy shore, dear Baba, to thy shore. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
That was wonderful. Thank you, Betty. We now have Tina. Jai Baba, Tina.
Hi. Well, I'm going to sing another song that I rewrote from The Sound of Music. And this is about Mohammed. And I hope Martha's still here because she likes The Sound of Music and she knew Maria von Trapp. He looks for dish for hours on end and stacks up bars of soap. He takes 2 hours to brush his teeth. His helpers just can't cope. But if they try to hurry him, he'll argue and he'll mope. Mohammed's not an asset to the ashram. He doesn't want to take a bath or put on any clothes. If someone tries to force him, he will punch them in the nose. He stutters and he stammers and complains about his woes. Mohammed's not an asset to the ashram. I'd like to say a word in his behalf. Mohammed makes me laugh. How do you solve a problem like Mohammed? Intoxicated by beloved God. How do you tame a creature like Mohammed? He's a holy man, he's a nutcase, he's just odd. He eats 12 plates of vegetables at dinner. He says it's all a part of Dada's plan. He's Baba's favorite must. It's fifth plane or bust. Who can satisfy all his demands? Oh, how do you solve a problem like Mohammed? Just leave him in the hands of the God-man. Jai Baba.
That was extremely sweet, loving, humorous, amusing, and so soulful. Thank you, Tina. That was really wonderful. Betty is almost ROFTL. Is about to fall off the chair laughing, and so much of love I can feel from Betty right now after this share. All right. So today we have quite a few shares from Meher Roshni. So I will read one more as well. We will sing Meher's name and awaken. To lose ourselves in Meher is to find him. The departure of the false self is his arrival. To empty the heart is to establish his dwelling. And to keep awake in sleep is to find his abode. We carry a lamp to find him in the darkness of our ignorance. We will sing, we will sing, we will sing, Meher, Meher, Meher. The world is a dream into a dream. Nothing belongs to us in this world. Do not dream, do not be attracted to the world's allurements. If you long to awaken, you should not follow the ways of the world. We will awaken, we will find Meher in everything by following his ways. We will sing, we will sing, we will sing, Meher, Meher, Meher. Those who are ruined at every step are flourishing at his feet. They smell the wine and drink it. In becoming broken, they become strong. Oh, how we will sit here forever, and we will reach Meher. We will sing, we will sing, we will sing, Meher, Meher, Meher. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. All right. We have one more share from Michelle. And then we get into the stories.
Okay, it's time for this. Here we go. Jai Baba. Hare Paramat Allah. Ahura Master God, yes, Adon who. Hare Para Brahma Allah. Ahura Master God, yes, Adon who. Adonai, Adonai Eloheinu. Avatar, Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Hare Para Brahma Allah. Ahura Master God, yes, Adon who. Hare Para Brahma Allah. Ahura Master God, yes, Adon who. Adonai, Adonai Eloheinu. Avatar, Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Hare Para Brahma Allah. Ahura Master God, yes, Adon who. Hare Para Brahma Allah. Ahura Master God, yes, Adon who. Adonai, Adonai Eloheinu. Avatar, Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Avatar, Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Hare Para Brahma Allah.
Ahuda Mazda God, yes, Adon Hu, Hada Pada Brahma Allah. Ahuda Mazda God, yes, Adon Hu, Adonai, Adonai Eloheinu, Avatar, Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai, Avatar, Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai, Meher, Meher Baba, Meher, Meher Baba, Meher, Meher Baba, Hada Pada Brahma Allah. Ahuda Master God, yes, Adon Hu, Hada Pada Brahma Allah. Ahuda Master God, yes, Adon Hu, Adonai, Adonai Eloheinu, Avatar, Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai, Avatar, Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai, Meher, Meher Baba, Meher, Meher Baba, Meher, Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher Baba, 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 Baba. Jai Meher Baba. So Adonai Eloheinu is Hebrew. So for everybody who doesn't know, Jai Meher Baba.
Jai Meher Baba, Michelle. That was such a beautiful, soulful melody of the jap. Thank you so much.
That is Meher Baba's gift during COVID
Yeah.
lockdown, during
Oh,
Arti. Thank you.
lovely.
Jai Baba.
Baba never fails to give us his goodies all the time.
Kick sicknesses. Jai
Jai
Baba.
Meher Baba. So, Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai, and now we'll have some Baba stories. So, please, once again, put up your digital hands, or whoever wishes to begin. If there are no hands, then are there hands? No, there are no hands. Okay, maybe I could begin with a humorous story of a visit to Meherabad. First, let me send this to Michelle. Okay. So this was around 2016, I think, in August. We have a longer weekend at times when we get a bank holiday on a Friday. So it was Independence Day weekend, and we were supposed to go to Meherabad, and we were a bunch of people gathering up, a couple of us friends, and we were there for, it was a longer weekend because some other festival fell on Monday as well. So we were there for 5 days, 5 nights, 6 days at NPR. And it so happened that a couple of bunch of girls used to every day in the evening Arti, at dinner time, after that we used to decide, and they used to say, oh, tomorrow we must get up and go in the morning for the morning Arti. Oh, I can't get up only. Okay, let's try, we'll go tomorrow. So we all tried that. I always say, Baba, sorry, I can't often go to the morning Arti. So I always say, Baba, I'm sorry for that. And I happily go for my evening Artis. But all of them wanted to enthusiastically go. And it so happened that it was the second last day, and we were sitting at breakfast in the morning, and barged in about 5, 6 of them into the dining hall towards the end where we were seated near the windows, and says, they're all shouting at me, like they're aggressively coming on to shout at me and say, please, what the hell is that irritating alarm that you have on your phone? I said, what? What alarm? I said, listen, you don't want to come in the morning. Why did you put that alarm and wake us all up? I said, listen, I don't have any alarm on my phone that has like rung in the morning for the Arti. No, there was a stupid sticky tune that was playing from your room, and we all woke up and we are banging the door and you're not waking up also. I said, how can it be something is ringing into my ears and I'm not waking up? I said, no, we all woke up, and then some Irani aunties also came up and they were banging your door and we kept on shouting at you. You never woke up for half an hour. We were all disturbed. And I said, I'm serious. No, show your phone right now. Open up your alarms and play all the alarms that you have on the phone. So I said, okay. And that time I was teaching in a school, film school. So my alarm actually used to be just Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays when I have to, when I was thrice a week when I was going to the college. So I didn't even have any other alarm, and that alarm was of a different time. So any which ways I played it. And I said, no, no, no. There was this irritating tune, which like really jacked our brains. And for half an hour we were irritated. I said, okay, now sit down. I don't know. I promise, I swear on Baba, I've not had any such tune in my phone. I've not played the alarm. And then they very irritatingly went, they brought their plates, they like sat onto the table. I said, okay, but what happened after that? I said, no, then what? Then we got dressed up and then all of us went to the Arti. I said, okay, so you all finally went to the Arti in the morning. So they were like, yes. Then we all were wide awake and we didn't get sleep. We were so irritated that we just wanted to bash you up the moment you come out of the room. So we didn't want to sleep again. And they all finally went. So we had this thing that after that time, we call it the Baba Chinese alarm because we still do not know where that alarm played, how that played out of my room, and what happened. But all 5, 6 of them went for that morning Arti on the last day. So maybe that's what Baba wanted. And we all had a hearty laugh after that. And then Johan over there has his own trick. So Johan kept on saying these funny, scary stories. Oh, I think that woman who comes with the pile in the night, she may have played the alarm. So Johan, just keep your mouth shut and don't scare her anymore. And then we just had a hearty laugh with Baba's humor that every day you keep coming to the dinner and saying, tomorrow we will wake up and go for the morning Arti, and you don't end up going. But I have no clue how Baba played that alarm and that to coming out from my room. And we still all have the joke in the group of the Chinese Baba alarm. And they say it's Chinese because I think from wherever they term it as a irritating Chinese alarm tune. So that's how the name came from. So Avtar Meher Baba ki jai. And after that, every one of us, if we say that we are going for the morning Arti, then we make sure that we get up and go. So Jai Baba. Come on, can we have some hands up for some wonderful shares? Michelle, I'm sure. Betty, you must be having some stories. We have Gail, Elizabeth, Rita Auntie, Meher, Priya. You can put your digital hands up, or if nobody is speaking, then you can just unmute and start sharing. I'll put the digital hands up instructions once again.
Yeah, that was
Yes, Betty, you would share something?
I see there are two other hands there.
Okay. Oh, they have just come up. All right. So Meher, yes, please share Meher. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, I'm reading another little story. God bless the universe. God bless you with the riches of His grace, with the treasures of His love, with the comfort of His mercies, with the strength of His presence, with the touch of His care. Good morning and good evening, everyone. Jai Baba. Thank you.
That
Jai
was
Baba.
sweet.
Thank you. Yes, and your turn now, lady. Jai Baba. Yes. Meher, please unmute.
Oh, me,
Yes.
you mean me?
Yes.
Okay. My name goes like this. It's Michal. Michal. Okay. So then I know that you're calling on me. What a lovely story you told. Was so much funny, and it comes from your room, and you're the only one who didn't wake up. Oh, so funny. Yeah. So the first time I came to Baba, everyone was telling me stories of rain, how rain is Baba's blessing. So throughout the whole visit, this was the theme. This one was telling me about rain, this one was telling me about rain, this one was telling me about rain, this one was telling me about rain. Baba, every time that he's doing something, then the rain starts. And this one got married and all her wedding was soaked. And so I came after Amartiti, exactly after Amartiti and before Baba's birthday. And it was in 1988. And it was the first time I've heard about Baba 2 months before or 3 months before. And I didn't even understand the concept of avatar or that he was God. Or I knew that he was a very, very high soul, because I knew that what I found about him was that he's one step more than anything that I read before. And but I didn't understand that someone can be God and come into the world. So, and in the one little body, the God will be in. So it took me time, but Baba didn't mind that. So they're telling me all these stories about rain and rain and rain throughout the visit. This was my first visit, and after a few months, and I don't know anyone, and I don't know anything, and I'm really learning just very, very few, very, very beginning of things about Baba. So we're getting to the birthday, and I'm staying after the birthday till the end of the Pilgrim Center, which is 15th of March. And it's summer, you know, it's starting to get very, very hot and very, very dry. And I was having this dream when I came into Baba. I was having this dream that he asked me if I would meet him under the banyan tree at night. That was the first dream I dreamt about him when I came to Baba on the first night. And I woke up after the dream and I wrote it down, and I didn't know what a banyan tree was. But I kept it to myself, and someone told me that Mansari really likes stories about dreams, about Baba dreams. And I didn't have many Baba dreams since then, but that was the first one. That's how he received me, by giving me this dream. Will you meet me under the banyan tree in the middle of the night? And I said, yes. So he was very happy. And he went. And then I said, wow, it's going to be in the middle of the night, and it's going to be scary. And all sorts of horrible animals wild animals are going to come in this night. And what am I going to do? And I said, okay. And that's all in the dream. And I said, okay, I'll say, Baba, 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 Baba. And that's how I woke. And then I wrote the dream. And then someone told me that Mansari likes dreams. So the last day, I'm saying goodbye, and everyone is in Merazad, and Mehrabad is empty because everyone went away. And this is my last day, so I've stayed. And I went to Baba Samadhi to say goodbye, and I went to Mansari to say goodbye to Mansari. So I was sitting in Mansari's room and I said, Mansari, someone told me that you like to hear dreams of Baba. And she said, yes, you want to tell me the dream? I said, yes. So I was telling her the dream and I said, Mansari, is there a banyan tree? Is there something, this name of banyan tree, is that a real tree? And she said, yes. Well, don't you know? I said, yes. Well, she was discussing with someone else that was there. If it is the tree next to Baba's Samadhi or the tree next to Baba's Jyoti down in Mehrabad, in Lower Mehrabad. So she was taking me to the tree. And, you know, it's 14 March or 15 March, you know, last days of 13 March or something like that. And we are walking to the Samadhi. Now, suddenly it starts drizzling. So she tells me, you know, it's raining. Now, I've been hearing all these rain stories, but my stupid mind, you know. So she's saying, it's raining. I said, yes, it's raining. And I'll keep on walking. And she's walking next to me. She sees that I don't understand what she's talking about. She says, it's raining. I said, yes, it's raining. And we keep on walking. And he says, it's raining. And that's when I got it, that it's raining. Wow, it's Baba's blessing. And then I say to myself, you know, this stupid mind. Then I say to myself, because in Israel, there was this saint that, like Baba, when the village people came to him and asked for rain, because it was drought at that time, then he made rain. And then, like Baba, in the first time, the rain was so strong that the people came back and told him, please stop the rain because it's too much. And so we stopped the rain. So I say to myself, in my stupid mind, I say, oh, yes. And remember that I didn't understand that God could be in a body. So, so I say to myself, oh, saints can do that. I know that saints can do that. And that's what I'm thinking in my mind. And then she goes and she shows me the banyan tree next to Baba's Samadhi. And I'm so happy because these are the trees on the path to Baba. All the trees are banyan trees. And I love banyan trees. I love them from the beginning. And we used to be in the PC down. We used to, in the Pilgrim Center down in Mehrabad, we used to walk up the path every time and see those trees. And I used to love them. So I was so happy that this was the tree that Baba said that I will meet him under in the night. So then I'm so happy and it's drizzling and I'm taking my sandals off because it's all muddy and no one is there and only, and she leaves me, she goes back. And Nana is there, who was so dear, such a dear soul, such a beautiful soul. And I'm dancing in the rain and come to Nana to say goodbye and to Baba to say goodbye. And then I walk down, I dance down. I'm so happy. I'm dancing down the path back to Pilgrim Center. And there was a guy that stayed behind to wait for me and help me go to the train station to go back. So he says, Michal, did you see? There's this rainbow up on the Pilgrim Center. I say, what? Where? And he says, look, and there's a big, well, actually it was a double rainbow, a big and bright double rainbow all over the PC. And wow, it was so beautiful. It was such a gift from Baba. And I said to myself, I took a rickshaw with this guy to the train station. And when we were riding down the road, and I was looking up Samadhi Hill, and I was saying, wow, there's God here, and I have to come back. And that is my story of the rain in March and Baba's blessing in the rain. And because I could understand that people can make rain, but the rainbow is promised from God. Jai Meher Baba.
Jai Meher Baba. What a beautiful share. Thank you so much. So who do we have next?
Guess it's me.
Yay! Jai Baba.
You're persuasive, Roshani. I had a little time to think. For me, I think it started when I was 6 years old. I've always loved cats, and my first cat, Smokey, and I were outside the house, and it was late at night. For some reason, my mom let me be out there. I was just we were laying on the lawn. My cat was on my chest, and it was dark, and I just had this bliss. I didn't want to leave. I had this blissful feeling, is what it was. And there was my cat, and I could have stayed there all night just staring up at the stars. But finally, my mother said, "What? What are you doing? Come in, go to bed." So very reluctantly, I got up with my cat and went to bed and didn't think anything more of it. But later, much later in my life, I was seeking, and I don't often hear voices, but I did hear a voice saying, "Remember when you were 6." And I sort of and after I'd gotten into Baba, I figured out that would have been 1952 when Baba was here in Myrtle Beach. So that was the beginning. But of course, I had a very what's the word? My path to God took a lot of. I was a very ardent Jesus lover for a while. Jesus, what do you call him? Jesus, born again. I was in my teens, but then I drifted away, and when the whole hippie revolution happened in California, I jumped right into that. I thought that was very attractive. And by then I had been married and divorced, and I had a 4-year-old son. And so for a time we lived on a commune, and I felt like it was a lot of fun, but it was time to get more serious about life. You can imagine there were drugs and sort of loose sexual morals of the time, and I hadn't finished school. I didn't quite know what I was doing with my life. I got pretty depressed, I guess, and so I don't know, going back to the Christian religion that I knew it seemed rigid to me. So I went through a time where I just prayed really, really earnestly, asking God to show me what to do. And it was that time that I heard that voice, "Remember when you were 6," although I didn't know how it what it meant. So in the paper, I answered a job for an artist. I wasn't an artist. I was sort of artistically minded, but it was a little publishing company in Palo Alto, California, near Stanford. So I took a little test for a drawing, and my drawings were terrible. But the lady said, "Oh, well, we can't use you as an artist, but would you like to kind of do paste up?" Back then, there was the kind of a job where we do it with computers now, but we used to paste type on pages and create pages in a book. So this job was such a blessing. It was a little kind of offbeat. It was right across the street from Joan Baez's, who was a folk singer and famous in America. But anyway, so I was very happy with this job. It was a nice bunch of young folks, real similar to me, and it was called Sullivan's, and that's so that was my fun job. And this one woman there, her name was Kathy Wiederholt. She through Sufi friends had found out about Baba. This was 1968. He was still alive. And so she would come back and tell us about this master who was silent and absolutely no drugs, no sex outside of marriage. Pretty for that bunch of people. To me, it was like too restrictive. It's like, oh, I don't think I can do that. But I adored her. So she had one silence day. She told us, oh, I'm going to be silent, and we loved her so much. We all did it. It was a game. We wrote notes all day, and it was appealing, but it didn't seem quite for me. So, and then she was going off to India to the great darshan, and we were excited. I sewed a dress for her for going to Baba. So we were all kind of impressed with her spiritual journey. Her friends, just out of love for her, she was wonderful. And there was one funny story where she needed a last payment for her charter trip and didn't have it. And one of the other girls, Laura was her name, she said it was just so intense that so they were all like, how are we gonna help her? And so I just went home early and found a income tax return, and so went running back and gave it to Kathy, and Kathy paid her. She paid the money, and she did go off to India. By then I had gone to go hitchhiking around Mexico, and then went off to live in a commune in Canada. So I'd taken a different path, but I would come back and work for this company periodically because I could work in the States and not in Canada. And I think, as I was saying, I was beginning to be disillusioned with the commune hippie life. I felt like I needed to grow up a bit. I had a son. I needed to be responsible. So so I prayed very earnestly to ask God how I should go. And I sort of took this inventory of all the spiritual. I think by then I had been given a mantra in a different group, and it didn't quite take. I sort of looked at my options, is what it was, and the Baba, I guess the word was integrity. By then I had developed quite a respect for Kathy and for the other people I had met. They seemed to be. It wasn't like a great, bhakti experience or anything. I just saw them as the people that I knew as fun and creative, but with a great deal of integrity, honesty. I know 100% honesty was one thing that I was important to me. So I just kind of packed up my hippie life and went home and put on a dress and pantyhose and looked for a job. I just said, okay, end of that. I'm going to be respectable and responsible, and went to, but my experience at that publishing company, I was able to go back to it and work freelance, and so yeah, I joined the Baba group at Stanford University, and I thought I thought I had to be very upright. I had to very as my friend said, she said I was very bad, and then I needed to be very good. So I was very sort of strict with myself, and over the years, I relaxed with Baba, and I wasn't with the Sufis, but they were, to me, they were the Baba group that I knew about. The Sufis where we lived were the adults that we lived, were the ones who had met Baba. They were all Sufis in the Bay Area at that time. So I kind of conflated Baba and Sufism for a long time, and but I don't know. Am I just taking too much time here, Roshani? Am I okay time-wise?
Yes, please. Yes, please complete
All
it. Sure.
All right. So, oh, right about then, my husband, Dave, who had by then had another family, and we had been apart for 10 years, and we would see each other because we had a son together. But he too kind of left a communal hippie kind of situation, and his marriage had broken up, and so he kind of showed up back in Palo Alto with a difficult time in his life, and I thought, oh, I don't know about. I was hesitant to jump back into that relationship, but we did ask. We got some advice from a Sufi counselor, actually, who had been told to do that work. Bob Brighton was his name. So after some time and some persuasion, and Baba stirring the pot, and those things that happen so synchronistically are not for nothing. Our lives at that time kind of came back together again. So we did marry, and I had thought I was going to become a Sufi. I had taken a class, and I thought that was my path. But I think it was discouraged that Sufis marry out. I don't know if it was the rule, but it was just not encouraged that Sufis marry non-Sufis. So to me, in my understanding, yeah, I remember he and I went, Dave and I went to talk to Lud about it. Lud Dimple, a wonderful, big-hearted man who wasn't really a counselor, but he served that function for people who were outside of the group but asking for advice. So he said, the one thing he said to me is, well, Betty, he said, sometimes you want to sweep things under the rug and they don't stay swept. And he said, I suggest you see a counselor. I suggest you work it out. And so basically after that time of counseling, we got back together. And that was Tractor Dave. That was
who was the Murshid? Who was the Murshid at that time?
Murshid Adus. Avidus. I don't know. I was a little scared of her. I didn't ask her to. I didn't go to her for advice. But Lud was available as a preceptor, is what they call it. So I asked him.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was such a loving share, Betty. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you. Jai Meher Baba. So Alan Ray, would you share something?
You're muted.
Jai Meher Baba. It's wonderful to be back, back in Florida after almost 2 months with my 4 sons, my grandkids, and friends in what we refer to, Betty, as the East Bay, as well as friends up in Sacramento. So in 1974, after Amartithi at his Samadhi, I had been encouraged by Rich Leviton of the Boston Baba group back then to seek out Pukar and ask Pukar if I could accompany him back to Hamirpur. And this worked out in my favor. And it was a wonderful, wonderful 2 weeks. And during that time, I learned of Hiralal. And some of you may have had a chance to meet Hiralal. At a certain point in his life, he gave up his village life in Hamirpur and moved to Mehrabad to a little hut, stone hut, across the road from where the Dhuni is in Lower Mehrabad. And at the end of Arti, he's a very short man, only about 5 feet tall, and he'd be there with his pink chumpa, his pink jacket from Guatemala that someone gave him. And at the end of prayers, he would sing in a very, very high-pitched voice, Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. And people either loved him or disliked him because this was an ongoing daily occurrence. And in any event, I'm going to take a few minutes to tell Hiralal's story. And I don't know if we'll have time, but there's a point where my story intersects with Hiralal's story. So Hirilal was a shepherd, and he worked the fields. And he was very, very devoted to Lord Ram. And this is in the village of Naranga. And back in 1974, to get from the town of Rath, R-A-T-H, the only way to get to Naranga was on bullock cart. And so there was a point in time, just like previously with Keshav Nigam and with Pukar, they had both been opposed to Baba. And internally, Baba turned the key. And this also happened for Hirilal, who initially rejected Baba, as many in the village of Naranga first did. So, he was burning internally his love, this fever pitch of his love. In any event, he was invited to Merazad in October of 1952 to be of one of 7 from Hamirpur. They came down as a group to Merazad to meet with Baba to plan the Darshan tour, the upcoming Darshan tour in November of 1952. So they're at Merazad and each get to greet Baba for the very first time. And Hirilal goes to embrace Baba, and he would not let go. And Eric said, let go or I'm going to beat you with a shoe. And he would not let go. Finally, the Mandali separated Hiralal from Baba, and Baba was not pleased at all, and he told Hiralal that when they all got to Hamirpur, that Hiralal could not take darshan with Baba. So that was his fate for not being respectful of Baba. And Hiralal was very, very remorseful. When Baba finally got to the city of Hamirpur on November 18th, and the first public darshan was held, and this is 1952, he had walked the 50 kilometers from Rat to Hamirpur city, and he tried to give the Mandali the slip. And they saw him, and they would not let him get closer to Baba. So Baba gives darshan programs in Hamirpur city, at Meher Bheem, and the largest darshan was in that town of Rat at Rabindranath Junior College. And almost 50,000 people were there. And this is again 8 kilometers from Naranga, where Hiralal is. And so once again, he approaches and he gives the Mandali the slip. And he's just about at Baba. And Baba puts up, where's my hand? I can't see it. Baba puts up his hand, and Hiralal stops. And Baba says to him, "This is not right. I appreciate your fervor, but I have told you no darshan for you. You will have to wait and get darshan at your own home. I will come to your home and give you darshan there." And so the darshan finishes at Rat, and the entourage heads for the village of Naranga. Well, there were those in Naranga referred to as dacoits, and they were mischievous souls. They were very opposed still to Meher Baba, and there was a little bridge just outside the gateway into the village of Naranga. And these dacoits trashed the bridge in such a way that Baba's entourage could not cross, even with bullock cart, they could not cross into the village. So there was this huge neem tree outside the village, and that's where Baba gave darshan in 1952, around November 26th. And poor Hiralal is waiting at his home for Baba to come to him, and that did not happen. So obviously he was very distraught, Hiralal, and he had to wait 2 more years. To shorten this portion of the story, in 54, in February, after a day or two after February 10th, where Meher Baba publicly declared himself avatar for the first time outside of a little hut known as the Japti in Merwa, which is now called Meherwa Merastana. Baba again, through Rat, went to the village of Naranga, and this time that bridge had been repaired. He was able to enter the village proper of Naranga, and he in fact did go to Hiralal's home, and although he had to wait almost 2 years, Hiralal did receive Meher Baba's darshan in his own home in February of 1954. So that might be a good place to pause. I don't know how much time we have. If there are 2 or 3 more minutes, I could share about how I interacted with Hiralal. I don't know if there's that much time left. Roshani, what do you say?
Sure, if you have 2-3 minutes, please. Then after that, we have Marvin after you.
Okay,
You can-
so here I am already in Hamirpur with Pukarji, and having just a delightful, heartfelt, amazing journey with Pukar. And we stopped at Mehewa Maristana, and it just so happened it was the 20th anniversary. The one night that I was at Mehewa Maristana was the 20th anniversary of Baba's declaration. So I was there on February 10th, 1974. And I was the only Westerner to participate in a very, very low-key celebration. About 20 men in a pandal, softly taking Meher Baba's name throughout the night. So Pukar and I go on to Naranga. And I say to Pukar, I want you to go find Hiralal. I would like Hiralal to dance for me. Because at that point, Hiralal was known as quite the dancer as well as singing. And Pukar left with the instructions. Now, over there, you'll see a building. That's Meher Bheem. And the villagers have erected this building for Baba. And inside, you will find a statue. And there's a whole back and forth between Baba and Pukar and the villagers there. Over many years, they kept requesting permission to build this statue inside the Dham. And many times Baba said no. Finally, Baba caved in and he says, all right, you can build it, but there has to be a disclaimer. And there's a saying on the wall, a plaque that says, I am not to be found in statues. So I go there while waiting for Pukar to return with Hiralal, so I thought. And I'm sitting in the Dham, meditating on the statue. And I can't believe it, but that statue disappeared in front of me. So Baba was not to be found in statues, so the statue disappeared. So Pukar returns and he says, I've got good news and not so good news. Which do you want to hear first? And he said, well, I always want to hear the not so good news first. So he tells me, well, Hiralal cannot come now. He's still working in the fields. I said, oh, what are we going to do? And Pukar says, well, here's the good news. He will come at 8 o'clock and there will be a big field and we'll gather there and Hiralal will dance for you. So, okay, I can wait a few hours. Wonderful. So we go over there at 8 in the evening and it wasn't just Hiralal. It was 100 of the villagers and all gathered in a big circle. And Hiralal dances and sings, and I'm very blissed out. I'm so thrilled. And then all of a sudden, I get pushed into the middle of the circle. It's my turn to dance. I say to myself, oh no, what am I going to do? So someone started giving a little drum beat, and I did this little shuffle turning around 4 times in quarterly fashion. And someone threw me ek rupee. And so someone liked it. And that was the evening. So it was a very, very special time. And Baba granted me the privilege of being there in Naranga, as well as all of Hamirpur. And Hiralal was just a very, very devoted and unique, special lover of the avatar. And that's what I have to say about that. Thank you so much for listening, Jai Baba. And I'm back in Florida now. And one more thing I will say, you see that background of that picture of, that's what we look out at our back patio here, what they call the intercoastal. And it's waters are very, very rough today. So I left California where during my stay, we had to evacuate for 8 days because of the fires. And now we're getting ready for a tropical storm here in Florida. We may have to evacuate here. So Angela knows this, Ruth knows this. About 3 months ago, that background disappeared. And I spoke with Angela, with Ruth, with those who are more technically advanced than myself, including my wife, Vivi. And there didn't seem to be any way that we could figure out how to get that background back. So all of a sudden, I'm out in California and it's October 16th. And we all know what October 16th is. And I woke up that morning to attend Arti. And lo and behold, on New Life Day, the background appeared again, and it's still there.
Lovely. Jai Meher Baba. Thank you so much.
Avatar Meher Baba
Baba
ki jai.
ki jai.
Thank you all for listening. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We now have Marvin, who's been waiting in the wings. Jai Baba, Marvin.
There you go.
Hi, how are you doing? Jai Baba. Okay, I have I guess I have to either tell this story short or whatever. It's a sort of unusual story. It started from last night. I was telling Betty the story about my father and searching for God. And I didn't really know who he was at that point, but I had begun to search. And so my life was in somewhat of a turmoil at that point. My ex was filing for divorce, and everything was getting really hectic. And she left. She left the family, and she left the children and everything, and took an apartment someplace else. Anyhow, so I was asked by my neighbor to go to a party, and so I went there, and I met this woman. Her name was Lisa. And it was very interesting, and she was talking to me and trying to entice me to go with them to some other party the next day. And I said, no, I can't do that because my friend was there, and he had enlisted me in a blind date. And so I went down with my friend at midnight to see this blind date. And of course, she was very upset about the whole thing. But I didn't know who it was. And she wasn't there. She had left her apartment. and there was no note, and there was no person to talk to, and there was no names on the doorbells, but there was Baba's photograph inside the door. And all I remember was looking at that photograph and saying, this is where she lives. And my friend kept saying, no, I don't think so. I think she lives in the other building. And eventually what happened was I ended up banging on the door, trying to get in, and no one was answering. And so I was so determined to find Baba, or to find who it was that lived there, that I went around the back, and indeed she was there, and her name was Lisa also. And she brought me into the house after I apologized for being so late to the blind date. It's kind of funny, there was a blind date and the only person that was there was Baba. So she kept talking and telling me about different things, and I was listening, but I never really spoke to her, except for one thing. I saw a poster of Baba, and I remarked that what is a Daman?
The poster
The
was
poster was
understanding
has no meaning, love has meaning, obedience has more meaning, and surrenderance has most meaning.
holding my Dhun.
Holding my Daman. And she said that this is Baba's way. So like a child hanging onto a apron string in the kitchen, and the mother leads him around the kitchen so he doesn't bang his head too much. Anyhow, we left the party, and I went back with my friend, and he said, well, wasn't she great? And she was wonderful. And I said, well, not really. It didn't really make any sense to me. And I was more interested in the girl across the alley in the other party. And then all night I was up because I was burning in love. And I made a piece of jewelry for this other person. And in the morning, I went to see her, and she comes out on the porch and she says, oh, Marvin, how wonderful you came. And I ran up on the porch and looked into her eyes and had the most insane feeling in my life that there was no connection between myself and this other person. And so I dropped the piece of jewelry that I'd made, and I ran down the stairs, picked it up, and gave it to her and said, I made this, and I thought you should have it. And then I walked away, and I realized that I had no connection with this person. I'm trying to think what's going on. And I got into the middle of the alley, and I said, I get it. I'm not in love with this Lisa. I must be in love with the other Lisa. So I said, tried calling her, but she wouldn't talk to me at all. And I sent her flowers, and she still wouldn't talk to me. And then finally I left a bouquet of roses, and called her, and she said, okay, what do you want? And I said, I just wanted to talk with you. I want to have a date with you. And she said, well, we can't do that right now. Not for about 3 weeks. And I said, okay, 3 weeks, I'll wait. And 3 weeks was Silence Day. And it was on Silence Day that I really found out about Meher Baba because she took me to a Baba meeting. And I met everyone in silence. Jai Baba, I'll tell the rest of the story some other time.
Jai Baba. Thank you so much, Marvin. That was really sweet. Baba and the blind date. Like, every single day, I always say that Baba doesn't stop to amaze us, to amuse us, and to love us more and more, actually, than what we can for him and to him. So thank you so much for that. We can have one last share if anybody would like to share, a quick, short one. If not, then we will. I will share something short and get into the Meher Dhun. Okay. So just one more rain story, a quick one. So every time since my birthday falls in the summer vacations in May, obviously MPR is shut, and Meherabad being the extremely hot place that it is in the month of May, my fiance Johan is not very happy with that heat. So very often, every time that we are about to, embark the 26th of May, he's like, oh my God, with all the heat, we have to again go. So nonetheless, it was 2017. And once again, we were driving on 24th of May. And apparently that time in that year, the summers were really, really harsh. And it was already very hot in Bombay itself, in Mumbai. And he was like panicking, oh my God, how it is going to be, And I said, don't worry, always Baba has taken care of you. Baba knows how much you can't stay with that heat. And always, every time that we have touched Meherabad on 24th or 25th of May, it has been cool. And I have videos where there is breeze also. So I said, you just have to be thankful. So stop cribbing, and I'm sure the weather will change. And saying, yeah, you just keep talking. You don't understand how irritating it is to drive in this heat and this and that. So any which ways, he said, no, just let's be thankful to Baba, and I'm sure Baba will give us some little rains as always. And that is another funny thing, that every time in May that I've gone on the birthday, we've had rains, whether it's for 5 minutes or whether it's for 10 minutes or just a drizzle, but there has been rains. So I said, Baba will have some little rains, and Baba will clear up the weather for you. Don't worry, the moment we reach. And we just laughed it out, and we reached. We were staying at Mehernath Ji's and Raj Kalchuri's bungalow, which is down at Lower Meherazad at that time. So every time when we go in May, we stay over there since NPR is shut. And we reached the bungalow. We just put all the bags and everything. And suddenly there was this loud thunder sound outside. And I was like, what happened? Like, did something fall? Like, it was really, really extremely loud. And we went out, and suddenly, like from 0 to 100 almost, suddenly the trees were swaying, and there was this thunderous lightning sounds constantly coming. And within 10 minutes, there was such a pouring that started that it went on for almost an hour or so. 4 poles in Ahmednagar fell down, and there was no electricity for 2 days. And every time, in fact, when the rains used to happen, Mehernathji used to joke when he used to say that Mehernath, that every time you put rain in the dicky and come out from Mumbai. And it was like, it was unbelievable. I still have a little video that we had put up. And okay, thank you, Baba, for the blessings. Thank you, but please bring back the electricity for the whole, entire village and the city. And Arangaon didn't have electricity for 2 days. Then they had to bring in the generator. The generator was there at the bungalow, which they had put on. But that was one strong rainfall that was there. And after that hour or 2 hours or something that it fell, after that it was completely back to zero, as if it made me feel so many times of listening to Baba's stories that when something was happening, Baba would behave as if nothing happened and, would just do this little bit and then would step back. So it just seemed like that Baba had done all this thunderous act and then he had just disappeared and there was nothing after that. So yes, thank you so much, Nehal, for reminding me of the rain story
Yeah,
and
next
Baba's
time don't ask
blessing.
him to rain.
Yeah.
No, don't ask him.
Yeah, that's what he says that in one of the stories I remember reading where Baba tells someone, don't ask me for my blessings and grace, where that person keeps on saying that no Baba, I want your blessings, and Baba first refuses and he keeps insisting. So yes, we just to be in Baba's love, I think, is great enough, and let's be happy with that and not worry about the rest. So yeah, I think I just if everybody can see for a moment, and then we'll go into the Dhun. I was just remembering the uh, story, and just a sec. I have this. Okay, I think I have lost it, or I just took it out and I think I lost it somewhere. Okay, no worries. Some other time. Okay, so Avatar Meher Baba ki Jai. I will play the Meher Dhun and followed by the Australian Arti.
Meher Baba, 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 Meher Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher Baba, Meher Baba.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
O glorious, eternal, ancient one, your face is a bright, transcendental sun. Lighten this dark world and the tears I weep. My heart, Meher, I give to you to keep. Creator, yet creationless you are. Truth and truth's body, divine avatar. Through compassion, the three worlds maintain. Destroy this ignorance that life sustains. These five lights are the whirling spokes of breath of the world's wheel that bears me unto death. Unless you are infinitely kind, break the wheel of which is conditioned mind. This incense is my love, these fruits my art, which to please you I have shaped from my heart. Accept them as you would a simple flower that has no use beyond its shining hour. You are myself, I sing to you in praise, and beg your love to bear me through the day, till you, the ever-living perfect one, illume my darkness with your shining sun.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। We'll have 1 minute of silence. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर
बाबा
बाबा
की
की
जय।
जय।
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
Meher Baba ki jai.
जय जय।
Jay. Absolutely, Jay Baba.
Jai Baba. Thank you so much, everyone. Please stay back for the wonderful concert by Janice. Will begin soon.